Good morning, South Florida, and welcome to the breakfast at the Brooklyn Cafe TV.
Take a deep breath and a good whiff of that coffee brewing. Grab yourself some toast, a donut, or any breakfast as Dawn and Freddie get you up and ready for the rest of the day.
So call in at 888-565-1470 to share a tip of the day.
Or just to say good morning. Shake off your sleepies, buckle in, because it's showtime. Grumpy man. Grumpy man.
Morning. I got to come up with a morning, like a welcome. I got to come up with a morning so that everybody can steal that too.
Good morning to you.
Good morning to all our friends out there who are watching. Remember, caring and sharing. If you can see us, please share it out and give the world a little bit of sunshine.
We don't have much here today in South Florida, I can tell you that.
No, we have some bad weather coming in starting tomorrow till Monday. You see, this is when Linda Summers would be a fantastic
She was here with us yesterday, and she did give us a bit of good news.
What good news?
The good news is
rain like cats and dogs.
So it's going to rain, but the tropical depression does not form until it passes Florida.
It's going to be north of the Bahamas. We're still going to get affected. You can see the Bahamas from the beaches here.
So we get rain. And
no. They didn't say that. They said 70% chance of I don't know.
And guess what? Where are you going?
I have parties to go to.
So the thing is, the buses will not be running in wind speeds of 70 miles per hour. But the good thing is the buses are not running anyway. So that's a good thing.
Who told you that? I saw buses running.
School buses.
Really?
School buses do not go out to pick up children with winds above, I think, 40 or 50 miles per hour. So again, the good news is their schools are closed.
Are the school buses running right now?
There's no school.
I mean, are they...
You're missing this whole who's on first thing.
I'm not missing nothing. I want to know.
Good morning.
I want to know if the buses are running.
No.
Are the trains running?
That's a good question.
That's why I'm asking you.
I don't know. Let's have our fact checker find that out. Are the trains running in Palm Beach County? It's a very good question because you know what? I have not been stopped at a railroad track, but then again, I haven't been doing a whole lot of driving, so I'm not sure.
No, I've seen those trains running. Teddy, are you there? Can you come into this conversation?
Yeah, can you guys hear me?
Yes. Good morning, Teddy.
Good morning, Teddy. Our executive producer is working from home. This is, I'm going to tell you, I am impressed with this whole thing that Teddy's on the phone. We can actually have participation on the board, on executive producers and everything else. It's kind of cool. Now, have you seen the buses running? Does anybody know if buses are running? Because that lady you talked about...
Transportation buses?
Yeah, that lady you talked about 3 weeks ago, she's still at the bus stop.
She's not at the bus stop. I don't know if we've got public transportation running or not. It's a really good question. We should check that out.
Teddy, do you know if the buses are running?
I don't know the buses, but according to Tri-Rail, they should still be running. I'm double checking the buses.
There you go. So interesting. A lot of interesting things. I see the mall is opening, and I also saw, I think we had him on our show.
Didn't the mall open yesterday?
I think the mall opened yesterday. Remember that doctor I had on our show? He's a pediatric intensivist.
Sure.
Anyway, Dr. Greisman, he actually saved my son's life 25 years ago. So
him I remember, yeah.
He and my father... So, hats off to Dr. Greisman, has a special place in my heart. He works down at Joe DiMaggio. His group runs the pediatric intensivist department there. And he said, even the malls are opening. Even the restaurants are opening. Please don't go. Please use common sense. If you can wait to go to the store and buy a pair of pants, buy it online because we do not know. We don't know what this is. And we talked about this. So all because things are opening, as a doctor saying, and now things are affecting children in a way that's unknown as well. Just use common sense and be careful.
Well, today they're making the announcement after 2 days of me knowing about it, 3 days, and I'm not even a doctor, that this strange disease has affected over 150 cases on kids.
Yeah.
Now they're trying to say that it's linked up to the virus, but they're not sure. Let me tell you, what I have discovered, what has made me really upset this morning.
People don't know.
Is we don't know.
We do not know.
We don't know anything. We don't know from A to Z how bad this thing is, whether it affects people individually as opposed to You get it, Teddy gets it. It's going to be two different outcomes.
Yeah.
How highly contagious this thing is. Did you see that lady on the news who was on a choir with her husband? She got 56 people infected in 8 minutes. Now, how do they know it was 8 minutes? That's the problem with the news people. They're making an assumption.
Well, she sang two songs, so one song was 3 minutes, they took a break for 2 and sang another one?
Who knows? Maybe she was in a room locked up with them for an hour or 2 hours or whatever, coughing and hat because she was coughing. So if you have a cough, lock yourself in a room. Now, this other thing about it turning political, and I know we're not a political show, but the Republicans want everybody to go back to work, and the Democrats don't. That $3 trillion thing at the steps is going to be voted on in the House tomorrow. Dead on arrival. They're not going to do that because the Republicans control. I'm going to tell you a little story. You act stupid, you're going to get stupid. Okay? Put down your sword. It's not time to be blue or red. It's time to be smart. Because the last I remember, our flag, all of us,
It was red, white, and blue?
was red, white, and blue.
Yes.
And the only, and I'm probably going to get yelled at for using this, the white part of that flag is us. It's all of us. All black, Hispanics, Chicanos, all of us are the white part of that flag. The red and the blue, they can argue all they want. Those are the Dems and the Republicans. Did you know that that's why those colors are there?
Did you make that up?
Yeah, I made it up. Google it. It's there. It was made because we are part of the flag.
Yes, I should close my mouth. That was jaw-dropping. Is that true?
Absolutely true. And the white part of the flag is us.
That's the question. The white part is the people?
The field of dreams is the people that represent the blue and the red. And somebody decided to be a Democrat. Sometimes you're a Republican. You got red and blue. You got the elephant and the donkey. Oh, those animals, one is you never forget. That's the elephant. And one is the most stubborn people is the mule. It's stubborn because we didn't want to be with the kings in England.
You know what, all I can tell you, and I look at humanity as one, and we are all one, and we want everyone to be healthy. So just be smart, and opening up does not mean you need to open up. You and I are here, our crew is remote today.
And we are going to put into effect, starting today, they're not even here, and there's nobody in here now. We are putting into effect today, what we're going to be doing collectively. And I've made a firm statement that if you can't follow my rules in the House, one of two things are going to happen. You're either going to walk out because I'm going to ask you to leave, which I don't want to do, or you're going to follow the rules. Because the problem I'm having, that you see now, one of the states went, and the Supreme Court says you cannot impose sanctions. Staying home is not constitutional. So they open up.
We know that, though.
Well, all of a sudden, the governor and the state cannot control your movement.
They can't make you wear a mask either.
So they open up the bars. So you should have seen the bar scene at this place. Not one mask. Hey, come on. Really? Not one mask. And people would say, how can you drink if you have a mask?
See, if you had your straw mask, you would be good to go.
And I'm going to go to promo stuff for you. I'm going to ask them again. Now, they're going to tell you, how can you put a straw in a mask? Well, it's better than having no mask.
You got to figure out, then how do you seal it back up again?
The problem is they had over 200 people in this place, and now you can't tell them to go home.
Because now they've exposed everybody.
Because it's been proven that you can't close it down. The state governor doesn't, the government. So you can't even find people now. And it's becoming an issue.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you're going to do something, do it responsibly. And if you don't do it for yourself, think about the other people around you. How's that? I mean,
just be kind to each other is all I can tell you.
Did you hear that West Palm Beach, the government, the department, the people that run West Palm, the people, not the governor, not that, the people, the board of West Palm Beach, has $250 million that was granted to them by the United States government, who everybody accuses doesn't do enough. They gave them $250 million. It's in the bank. They don't know what to do with it.
I was going to say,
it's been there for 4 days.
What are they going to do with it?
And you know what the debate is? How much should they give small business? Really? Really? How much should they give small business?
Well, here's what the bigger debate is going to be. The bigger debate is going to be that we need to open up the schools because our kids are not getting educated appropriately.
Well, we're going to get to that.
There has been a decline on them logging in the beginning in March, and where they are now, They still say 74%. There is no way we've got 74% of our school children
How
logging
many people
in.
go to school anyway? They should high schoolers that are cutting class.
So that's what I'm saying. So that number of 74%, that I know in my heart of hearts is way too high. So we got to open up schools. We got to get our kids educated.
Well,
And what's
hold
happening?
on.
Wait, what funds our schools?
Well, hold on a second. We're going to get to that in a second, because that gets even deeper.
What funds our schools? Money.
Well,
So
hold on.
why can't the city
They
of
have-
Palm Beach
They haven't
allocate
decided,
some
so
money?
they came up with a number yesterday.
Yeah.
50 million of the 250 million. 50 million is going to business. Really? Without the businesses, you're not going to have school. You're going to have nothing. At least cut the baby in half, as the Bible once said. Give 125 to the business. Give the other 125. That you got to cover mask and tasks and things of that nature. I mean, you got to. 125 million is not going to open up the schools. Maybe it will do the sanitation, sanitizing the schools. Let me tell you what the problem is with schools. It's like putting 15 pounds of bologna in a 2-pound bag. You got too many kids. How many kids are being taught in a classroom nowadays? 40?
Way too many. Yeah, some
Okay,
schools
so
are
where
40.
are you going to put the other? Let's take 0.25% goes into the class. And where are you going to put the other 75%?
They got to come up with a way. We live in the United States of
They gotta
America,
come
and
up
our
with a way.
children need to be educated.
No,
Maybe
that-
they do split sessions. Maybe they do. Hear me out.
I'm
They
hearing you.
used to do back in the day when I was growing up, not my school, but other schools. They would go from 6 a.m. to 12. And then other kids would come in at 12:30 to 4, whatever it was. Is it a lot more work on the teachers? Yes. Does that mean that opens up more opportunities for teachers to work? Perhaps that opens up the job market for teachers. Even substitutes have different requirements than teachers. They go on split session. You put in, instead of having 40, maybe you do 20 kids in a class or 15 kids in a class. Maybe it becomes year-round schooling. There has to be an option. Our kids have
Maybe
to
they
get
use the
educated.
football field as a classroom.
Until it
And the
rains in
soccer field.
Florida, we need Linda Summers. But yes, maybe we need to bring in portables. Maybe you
Maybe we
bring
should
in
start
those.
during the hurricane season. Teach
Maybe
them how
you
to do
bring
the
in
backstroke.
those storage units that people convert to classrooms, and we
Yeah.
make more classrooms. I mean, there are options. We have to get our kids back
You're
to school.
talking about a classroom when there is billions. You would need trillions of dollars to get this in effect.
Why?
Because somebody has to build and buy them. What, somebody's going to donate them?
Maybe there are people out of the goodness of their heart that will do these things.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Last I looked, I've been hearing how Boca companies can't get the PPP because they ran out of money. They decided to give money to big corporations who, thank God, are giving the money back.
Yes.
Then I heard that the unemployment in this country is over 300 million people who can't get unemployment checks or whatever. Okay, so that doesn't work. And then I hear how the president wants to open up the schools, so he gets into an argument with Fucci, who told the Senate, we have a new problem. And you're going to open up the school with a new problem. Now, how much does it cost to put a child in a hospital for 2 weeks because he gets this new unknown coronavirus
But
system?
school is not opening now. It's
Time
only
out.
May. You're looking at August or September.
Time out. You want to put into effect a $1 trillion plan, and I applaud that. When I have a bunch of bozos up in West Palm that can't decide what to do with $250 million,
So maybe some of that should
that
go
money
to
should be
schools.
already dispersed. That we should be doing things to get things done, and we can't even agree among ourselves.
Well, that's a
how
whole
to do
nother
it.
story.
Well, that is the story, Dawn. That's the problem. Again, that flag has red, white, and blue.
I'm
And do you
shocked about
notice-
the white.
And you notice how the white always sits in between the blue and the red? Red, white, and
Of
blue.
unifying people. I never realized that's what it stood for. Did you make that up?
Yeah. I didn't make it up.
Did you make that up?
Do you know that I went to the U
I
of
know
New
you
York,
did.
the U of New York, and I was a constitutional law was part of my regimen, and I learned all about the flag and how the New York City and all the machines and all that worked, and it worked. But they put an end to it, but it worked.
All I know is there's got to be a solution. There's always a workaround. We got to get our kids educated. We got to get our kids back in school. At all levels, preschool, elementary, if parents go to work, our kids have to go to school. They need care. They need to be educated. They need to learn.
All right, Teddy. Now, Teddy was a student. She
High
just graduated.
schoolers, I mean, they're going to college. I know colleges are shutting down.
Oh, hold on. Palm State is going to go all virtual. They already announced it.
Palm Beach State.
Palm Beach State.
Okay.
FAU, FIU, whatever, They don't know what the hell they're doing. Lynn University, I think, is 50-50, which is probably the smartest.
Because they're a small university.
There goes a problem solver right there, 50-50 with a percentage. Okay. So I want to ask Teddy, because Teddy just finished school, didn't she?
A couple years ago.
So Teddy, I want to ask you, because you're closer to the storm. I mean, these are your peers that are still probably in school, if they haven't come out. What do you think? How should they handle going back to school?
I don't think it's really that uncommon that, like, I took online classes when I was in high school. I took it when I was in college as extra classes. I think that what they're doing now, I think honestly they have to keep the schools closed. It's not safe, and I know that attendance is going down, but it's the people who aren't attending the classes weren't going to attend physical classes anyway.
In college, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
In college?
That's scary. You weren't going to go to school.
There's a lot of classes.
So why are they taking the online if they had no intentions of going to school?
It's a lot easier to take online classes. It's harder to get yourself motivated to do the work, but you can do it. You're in your room. You don't have to get up. You don't have to get dressed. You don't have the anxiety if you're someone with social anxiety of having to be like in a huge lecture hall. It's easier to talk to your professor. It's a lot easier to take the class, and it's easier to log in and just listen to it rather than having to run across campus or drive there.
So the virtual thing, the 74% that is non-existent.
I thought that number. I don't know where they got
You
that
made it
number
up.
from. No, I read that actually.
Okay, so 74%, from what I'm hearing here, they weren't going to go to class no matter what.
Well, they're not talking about college. They're talking, I think, about grade school, like K-12,
Well, what number did they start with?
94.
I don't believe that number at all.
Thank you very much. That's what I'm
Because
saying.
I know that there are more kids out there who can't even get online.
That's what I'm saying. And that's another thing I would love to see big business. If I could wave my magic wand and say, here is a hub, and I can put this in an underprivileged neighborhood and give them access to internet with computers, like our turnkey thing, and the kids can go and they can log in and they can go into a trailer that has been repurposed, and the kids can get internet and do schooling. I would love to do that. If there are technology companies that could help donate, why can't I dream? Tell me, why can't I believe and have faith?
Bringing in a trailer? You're bringing in stuff that has to be paid for. When there's a system in place, they got to use the schools.
But what if they can't? What if right now the schools are closed? And what if
so you open the school?
What if the solution is right now that our kids need internet in May because school's not going to happen? So the school year is still essentially going until June. So from March until June, these kids, some of them have had no access. We've had them on. We've had Space of Mind on. We've had Roots and Wings. Kids in our community can't even get internet. So they can't even learn to learn.
So you want to bring in a trailer with TVs?
Yes.
When you have a school right next to it that has everything you need.
But schools aren't open.
Then you open them. It's not
what does
about
it cost
opening
to open a school that houses 1,200 kids versus opening a trailer that maybe we could put in 10?
Why are you recreating the wheel? When you have a school, the problem in the trailer is going to be the same problem you have in the school.
What if we just put a hub and the kids sit in picnic tables? What if we could find a way to make this work
Is
instead of you telling me no?
Is this a serious conversation?
100%.
Dawn, the schools can be open and you can let the kids go in there and the overcrowded schools like they are.
I don't want to overcrowd the schools. I want to keep it safe.
Okay, you can take some of those kids out and maybe shift it around when you do a 50-50, virtual 50.
Oh, wait, so we can do that?
Class 50, yeah.
So we can do a workaround.
Yes.
We could open the schools
like what
partially.
Lynn University is proposing.
Oh, so that's an option. So maybe we go on split sections and schedules?
Maybe you go to a tri-section where you do school for 30% of the population. You do 30% of the virtual, and then you do a mixture.
I'm in. Let's do it. I wish I thought of that.
Okay, but this is my point. Hey, Teddy, somebody help me. But this is my point. You got $250 million sitting in somebody's bank, and you guys 12 or 8 people, whatever, deciding what to do with that money, and they're waiting weeks, and they don't know what to do with it. Do something. Don't just sit there.
You know.
Now, it's easy also, now that you're talking about schools, to point the finger.
I don't want to point fingers. I just want to get the kids educated.
Here's what's happening politically. Because are you prepared to open the schools and those kids get sick Are you prepared for the avalanche that's going to come at you for doing it? Because this decision has to be made by a person.
I know.
Only one person has the keys to open up the schools.
By state, right? Or county, I guess.
Are you prepared politically? Because you voted in, that person's voted in.
I know.
Are you prepared to do that? Are you prepared
To have blood on your hands.
to have
I hear
blood on
you.
your
I
hands,
know.
as Julius Caesar once said?
I know.
He said, God made water. No, he didn't say God. He says, water was made to wipe the blood off my hands. And the bottom line, are you prepared to take that undermine? Now, Teddy brought up another good point. You know how many kids are not going to go to school? Are not, because they are terrified. Do you know how many parents are terrified right now about sending their kids out? You can be terrified about yourself, but when it comes to your kids, and for those of you that don't have children, it will change how you perceive life. When you see your boy or little girl sick, it changes your life.
Yep.
And you can take that as much as you want. Now, believe me, God hope you never have to go through that.
I think homeschooling is going to be something else that's going to take off. I think these schools that have homeschooling, for those that are homeschooled, like Salt Academy, like Space of Mind, I think they're going to have more
But those
classes.
are price items.
Well, some are, some aren't. They have homeschool curriculum. You can homeschool your kids through Florida Virtual Schools. You can homeschool your kids through homeschooling, and maybe a neighborhood gets together. Maybe 5 families get together.
Okay, but
when
then-
it opens up, and Mondays,
But
this
Dawn,
parent takes the kids.
The parents that are homeschooling because they can't get to work.
For now.
So when things open up, this is what Trump is saying. He's saying the parents need to go to work.
They do?
You know that school.
There are so many layers to this.
But this gets complicated.
Yeah.
Do you know the schooling among my family,
Yeah.
among my Latinos brothers and sisters, and I'm not going to talk about the entire Hispanic race. I'm talking about my family. They use school to put us somewhere. While mom and dad went to work. It was like a giant daycare center.
I know.
There are people, and I told you this story before, you know, I didn't hear about senior homes until I came to Florida. I didn't even know that existed.
I know.
In my house, they gave my grandmother a sandwich, a TV, and something to drink, and pointed her towards the bathroom, and she stayed there for hours.
As a matter of fact, I don't want to say the senior home, but the rehab facilities have been closed, many of them, to taking in new patients because they couldn't take in any new patients if they had a case, whether it be staff, even if they were asymptomatic, no new cases could come in. Some of them are starting to reopen. Now, where were the patients that couldn't come in? The interesting thing is,
You're going to let them in.
no, the interesting thing is the seniors weren't going out. They weren't slipping and falling. They weren't going to the grocery store and breaking a hip. They weren't going to a lot of places, to the grocery store and things. They weren't exposed to as many things. They weren't getting as ill as many. So those numbers came down, but some of them are opening up again. Some of them, there are a couple centers, a couple of SNFs in the state that
What's
are
a SNF?
skilled nursing facility,
Well, don't use words that we
skilled
don't
nursing
own.
facility.
Thank you.
Rehab facilities that are taking COVID-19 patients. There's only, I don't want to say a handful because I think it's less than 5. It's more than a few. So it's somewhere between like 2 and 5 in the state that are opening COVID units within their facility.
But what do you think is going to happen? There are going to be more deaths for a lot of different reasons. Some of it COVID, some of it fall. A lot of seniors slip and fall and die.
Listen, I've had 2 friends who lost parents during this time period. They were not from COVID, but they passed. They were all elderly. They had complications. One was 94, an amazing life. Another was in his 70s, but in hospice for 6 months, not because of COVID.
But this is what I'm saying, is that getting back to that broken system,
Back to the broken system.
back to the broken system, there are going to be deaths, and people
guess
are going
what?
to die.
Do you remember we did a piece on the gold on Kabuki? Kazuki.
Kabuki?
No, Teddy, refresh my memory. It was when you put the gold on, it starts with a K.
Oh, the broken dish thing.
So
Japanese.
maybe when you
Kabuki.
put it, it's not kabuki, but it's, Teddy's gonna look it up. When you put it back together, when you put those broken pieces together, maybe they become stronger and we can reunite a whole lot better than we did before.
And Dawn is talking about an ancient Japanese secret that you take a plate and you break it, you drop it, and then you take all the pieces, you put it back together, and you gold lace it, and the plate is 10 times stronger than what it started out. But what my friend here doesn't understand.
It's called kintsugi.
Kitsuki, thank you.
But what my friend here doesn't understand is that there's no money to buy the gold. So they're putting it together with Silly Putty.
Well, maybe the gold is the people. Maybe the gold is your white stripes that hold the red and the blue together. Maybe it's that stitching, the cream between the two cookies. Maybe it is mankind that comes out stronger in the end and we come together.
All I'm saying is somebody's going to have to take the responsibility of opening up the schools. Somebody's going to have to stand up there and take the shot. And this is why I get so upset, because what we're doing as a nation, panicking and getting angry at our leaders, is forcing them not to make decisions. Or worse yet, to making wrong decisions because they're plain scared. You know, when I was coaching, I used to tell my players, don't play to lose. Okay? You have to play to win.
Okay.
And when you play afraid, and when you do decisions fearing that am I doing the right thing instead of thinking I'm doing the right thing? Am I doing the wrong thing? When you think that way, you're going to make mistakes. And you're so sensitive to criticism. Somebody's got to make that decision. Would you make that decision? Would you turn that button on and send and open up those schools? Would you do it?
Let us know what you think.
Would
Write
you do it?
Write into social media. Let us know what you think. We're going to go to commercial break. It's strange not having anyone here again, isn't it?
I hear an echo.
Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
The way you live your life says a lot about you. The way you choose to commemorate your lifetime can say even more. It's a single event that speaks volumes. So how do you celebrate a life? Dignity Memorial providers believe that your memorial service should be as unique as you are, reflecting your personality and your passions. It should be a perfectly tailored send-off, a fitting tribute for family and friends to celebrate the person they love. We're professionals at catering to your every need, right down to the catering. In fact, no detail is too small. So when it comes time for a fitting tribute, we'll see that your final wishes are beautifully fulfilled. It's what Dignity Memorial providers are known for. And why you should rely on us to see that your life is well celebrated. The celebration of a lifetime begins here.
Hey everyone, this is Jeff, your branding specialist with Promo Stuff For You. So we're entering the new year. By now everybody has gotten their corporate gift, so this time of year generally is quiet with the exception of marketing departments trying to figure out what they're going to do for 2020. So it's really important that a company figures out and does proper planning throughout the year as to what type of marketing they want to do. At Promo Stuff For You, I love being able to sit down with a client and figuring exactly what they want to do, when they want to do it, and time it with the various events that they might have coming up.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Callaway here from the VoiceOver Connection, and I'm here to tell you that you're missing out. Everybody has a dream, something that they believe can change their life or even change the world. The difference between letting that dream slip and making it come true all depends on whether or not you can make the world believe your dream too. Here at the VoiceOver Connection, we specialize in selling dreams. Our team of well-connected and influential voices will help take your ambitions, your deepest and wildest aspirations to places that you never imagined you could reach. The time for dreaming is over. You've done enough of that already. It's time to take action. Elevate your business by giving your dream a voice. Contact us at 866-224-5422 or email us at thebrooklynCafeTV@gmail.com. Because a dream is only a dream until you decide to make it real.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
I want to give a huge shout out, though, to Paramount Property Maintenance, who came in yesterday. You saw them on our 9 o'clock show with their masks, with their University of Miami masks, their gloves. I want to post some pictures. I don't know who has the video from yesterday.
I think we did a commercial, Teddy, for Paramount.
But they did such an incredible job. They came in so kind, so courteous, masks, gloves. They got dressed outside.
Yes.
They put on their white suit. Everything was done outside. They came in. You guys sat outside. I left to go to had a healing moment at Healing Moments. I came back less than an hour, and we have 1,800 square feet. It was all clean. They were already out of here. Everything was dry by the time I got back at 11 o'clock.
They said it was a piece of cake.
They were, and it smelled like citrus. It smelled nice and clean. There were no chemical smells. There was no powder residue. I mean, if I hadn't have seen them come in and I happened to go out and come back, I would have never known they were here. It just smelled clean. So they did an incredible job. Everything is hospital grade, germicide, virucide, and there you have it.
And the nice thing about them is, first of all, the partner went to the University of Miami, and he let us know. He played baseball for them. But the nice thing is if you're looking at the video, they get dressed up just like that. They get hazmat dressed up. That's the way they spray it out there. They have all sorts of gizmos. They got a mop that he showed us yesterday. There's constant bringing in the fluid to them. That's them right there.
Yep.
And it's just amazing because I know that we've been asking for a company, and we didn't ask them to do this. We just wanted to talk to them. And they volunteered their service.
It was very nice, yes.
And we put him on the set, and he always wanted to be, he loves the show. He says he watches the show, he wanted to be on the set.
Incredibly.
They did an incredible job. The radio station was asking me yesterday, because Jody was watching as well, and they're doing everything in their power. I got to tell you, I got to hand it to Beasley. At Beasley, they have in every room, every radio room, they have a rack that has Clorox wipes and gloves and all sorts of, you have to clean after your set.
And as it should have always been.
As it should have been. And Jody is required now by the Beasley Radio Network to sign a sheet. Every 30 minutes, she has to clean every door handle, every door, every upholstery. You should see her. She's exhausted because it's only her. And she has to clean it out. And then she's got to sign in and send it to corporate in Naples. And that's taking responsibility, I got to tell you.
I get it. I know what it takes to spray down here in the door handles. We use the 2.5. We have not been able to find wipes. We're going to look into that today. But we found alternatives. We found the 2.5. I can spray it and not touch it and let it sit. So it's less contact for me, less chemicals for everybody. But as a business owner, it takes responsibility. One of the reasons I said to you this morning, not that we can't open up, but the more people we bring in, the more potential we bring in, not necessarily just COVID, but other germs, colds, flu. Someone's got to clean it.
What's the biggest germ? Fear.
Well, that too.
That's the problem, is fear. And I know that everybody wants to jump in, everybody wants to be go, 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 and we get it. And we want to do that. We have some of our producers and interns that want to come in as well. And we're slowing that flow because we want to, first of all, we got to ask the questions, nothing personal. You want to know if you've been in contact with anybody who's had the virus. You want to know where they've been the last 2 months. You want to know. And I think as a business, we have a right to ask. And then after they come in and you do the sets and they leave, then the cleanup begins.
I know, that's the thing.
That's the other part of this thing.
Well, that's what I was trying to tell you
amazed that you were cleaning after Paramount had just cleaned. Then I came to the realization that you're right. It has to be clean because if you sit in a chair and they use that table, you want to wipe it down. But the only thing you're not right about, which my friend, I'm going to tell you, is that you don't protect yourself when you do it.
Sure.
And that's going to change starting today. And like I tell you, there's going to be the easy way and then there's going to be the other way. And either you're going to follow the rules and you're going to protect yourself, or you're going to have all hell break loose in here. Okay, and I don't want to be a part of that.
Yes, I do it.
You got to do it correctly.
Okay, I'll give you that.
And then I'm all in.
I'll give you
That
that.
includes everybody. You're not alone. I have to be responsible too. I'm going to be carrying my mask with me. I'm going to help out cleaning out as well, but I'm going to do it the other way. Not the easy way. I'm going to do it the other way. I'm going to do it the hard way because I'm going to tell people, listen, this is what you got to do.
And I did order more masks from VacMD. I have it actually on my set.
I was going to ask you that.
Her masks are so incredible.
You can wash that mask,
Yep.
right? Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, for all you ladies that are going to the hairdresser and you got to wear a mask.
Yeah.
And the mask gets wet when they wash your hair.
Well, behind the ears do.
Well,
yeah.
behind the ears, in front, depends who is washing your hair. But these masks that you're talking about, which I highly recommend,
They're
can
amazing.
be washed afterwards, right?
So can the cotton mask. Hector's grandma made us a mask.
Yes, but I'm talking about,
The VacMD
The VacMD
with the HEPA filter.
let me tell you, that's a
Amazing.
great mask.
Look how beautiful these are. These are from Hector's grandma.
Yes, but I'm talking about the HEPA filter ones.
Yes.
Because those filtered masks, people in the nursing homes now that are going to go get their hair done, ask me. Now, you got to understand something. We sent down the cowbells to a specific place, which I can't say on the air because they told me I can't. A specific place down
Right.
South Florida, right? And they ring these bells at 12 o'clock for our 12 o'clock show. When they go in to see patients, when they're serving food, even the guy who serves the food, they ring the bells. Everybody's laughing because everybody knows that we're on the air at 12 and they're a big fan of ours. And they saw the filters and they wanted to know how to get the filters because all the females are going to the hairdresser. Now, you went the other day, didn't you?
I did.
And you wore your filter mask.
100%.
And you can wash it,
100%.
which is kind of a nice thing. Those masks, I noticed, are very light around the ears.
So I texted her last night. She's putting 4-way for me. And she said, I've got some of the cotton ones also. I said, I'm at the point where it's not vanity of what it looks like. It's more of comfort. And her HEPA filter masks are comfortable, and don't laugh, because my face isn't so large. Some of the masks that they're making, when you put them on, I can't see over them. So cover my nose, then I can't see. So I'm walking around, I can't see. The way she has them designed, I don't know how she did it. I think it's because you can pinch in between the nose. I can see. So between my glasses and the mask, I feel like Becky and Boca. When I go out, I can actually use these. I can wear it for hours when I'm out there. I'm not uncomfortable. I can see with it. They stay on my ears. That's the other thing. I've actually found a workaround. They just work for me.
The HEPA?
The HEPA,
Now, how much are the HEPAs? They wanted to know.
they're free.
They're free. She's giving free HEPA masks.
They're free. All you have to do is write in or call her. They're free.
And do we have the number?
I will get it. It's VAC, VACMD. Maybe Teddy can actually look it up. They're in Boca Raton, right on Glades Road and the Turnpike. They're next to Field of Flowers, where Office Depot is, where Bagel Works is.
I got some bad news for her. They are sending a representative to this place. They're going to take every one of them. If she's giving out for free, I guarantee you they're going to run.
They're
up
free.
there.
She said just let her know so she can make more.
Oh no, I'm going to.
She said
call
just
her today.
call her. Her name is
I'm gonna-
Kimberly Thomason, an incredible woman. The sign still says Oric because some things in Boca Raton cost more to put up a sign than run your business, which is a whole nother
We're
story.
guilty of that,
which
too.
is why our sign is still, we need to put money into the business and not a sign. But the sign right out there has done
I'm
us
just
well.
thinking of taking all the lettering off and just leaving data on the bottom.
It's not a bad idea.
Why not?
Just
You
take it
can't-
down.
Yeah. What happened to the sign? Letters blew away. What the hell, man? But this filter, I
They're
hear, is not only that it's free, but I hear this filter mask is the best thing since an N95. And let me tell you something about an N95. I got 2 of them. I put one on to go to the radio station. My ears were so on fire from that thing tugging on my ears. I couldn't wear it for 2 days
Well, Chuck comes home with after he's got lines on his face.
because they're really tight on your face.
And from the straps, because I guess it's a one size fits all, so whereas would fit me one way, would fit you another way.
Did you see how it leaves that ring around your face? Because it's so tight. I mean, that's the right way. But my God, my ears were on fire. I couldn't hear because all I heard was the ringing of my ears. It hurts.
But the HEPA mask you can wear against your face, and you can put the N95 over it also if you want an extra layer of protection.
You won't be able to breathe.
But there are people that are first line that are in the ERs that are right near patients that are coming in that are sick with all kinds of viruses, not necessarily COVID. They want to be able to wash them.
I want to be able to ask a doctor. We got to get a doctor. I'm going to call Ted. I'm going to call David Pino today. I got to know, when you wear an N90, any mask all day on your face, right? And you are inhaling and exhaling your carbon monoxide. Dioxide, monoxide, trioxide, all of that. At the end of the day, my freaking mouth is on fire. My throat hurts. And it didn't hurt when I first started, but putting it on, there's got to be some kind of problem.
Well, I was talking to Tracy yesterday from Healing Moments, and she said you should not, for your own health and what you're breathing in and breathing out, it is not the most opportune situation. Let's just put it that way. But right now, there's VacMD right on the screen. Thank you, Teddy.
You see the number?
No.
Teddy, read the number to us. We old. We can't see the number.
The number is 561-558-9339.
Thank you. Her name is Kimberly. Tell her the Brooklyn Cafe sent you. Teddy, you wear all kinds of masks. Teddy has the ones with the valve. She's got black ones. She's got theater ones.
She lost the valve, I heard.
She lost her valve.
I found it. Thank you.
Now, let me ask you, Teddy, that mask that you have with the valves, you got that from Amazon before this whole thing started. How does it work?
Yes.
Is it effective?
It works really well. It has the carbon filter on the inside. I don't know, because it's meant for cycling. So it's meant to keep dust out. So I'm not 100% sure if it's like N95, N99 or something below that. But it has valves that open and close when you breathe. So you're not breathing in all the carbon dioxide.
That's interesting.
Now, I just got a notification from Andrea and my friend Jeff. They have come up with a strap. They're telling me, Freddie, you posted the damn thing all over Facebook
I saw
yesterday,
that.
And you're not saying, what about the strap?
What is that? The strap to
they
protect your ears?
They put a strap, and it goes around your head so that your ears aren't on fire. I'd say Jeff and Andrea, they have their finger on the pulse. Because I forgot about that. You can order this thing that brings the strap to the back of your head and keeps it tight on your face, and it won't hurt your ears.
I'd like to do a show with them. And here's what I want to do. I want to do like a virtual catalog show, kind of like they do on HSN. But I want to see it because I don't want to sit and go through a catalog. I don't want to go, oh, what could I? I want to do a show where maybe they set up a table in their office. They have a new location they're opening up. Maybe they've got 50 items. Maybe they've got 25 items. Maybe we do a segment a day or one a week and say, these are the items that we really have, that people are really liking for branding. And show the strap, and show the mask, and show the this, and show the that, and maybe show a sign. Instead of just talking about it, I want to see the variety of what it is. Because every time you post a thing, I went, well, that's kind of cool. I want that too. Whatever it is, whether it's branding your business, whether it's the Cootie Key. I mean, there's so many things.
The Cootie Key.
The Cootie Key.
Do you know, I was talking to Sarah Spiritual last night about the Cootie Key. She takes a piece of paper out of her bag to hit the buttons in the elevator. And then I said, okay, what are you going to do with it? She puts it back in the bag. I said, no. What good is that? Why don't you just lick the button? Same difference.
Well, it's kind of how I feel about the Cootie Key, because if you're putting it back in your bag.
We have to disinfect the Cootie Key.
So
cooties, remember cooties?
So it's kind of a thing. I use my knuckle, but then you got to sanitize your knuckle. So there's a lot of things they have, but the straps are great. Their signs are great. The yard sign they had for graduation was amazing. Their promotional pieces. I mean, so many things that they have. Mugs, we know are mugs, but I love the tissues. I mean, the one blow and go. The hand sanitizer. I mean, everyone's still using that. So many things. So I would love to see some of the products they have laid out. They had a cup. They had all sorts of good stuff in there. But the strap around the ear thing, that's a given, man. You got to get that. I don't understand why people aren't ringing their phones off the hook. People don't know about it. Well, we have to. Why don't we do? What is the name of that? Is it CSV? What do they do? That show and they show product. HSN. Yeah. Home Shopping Network. Yes. Why don't we do the? Huh? QVC. QVC. Yes, that's what I'm saying. I think we should. Why don't we do the promo QVC? That is exactly what I'd like to do. And we put all the products there and then display them. Yes. And then he will virtually give it to us to hold
on this side.
I think it's a great idea. So we have it first here.
And we'll set it up in the Healing Moment studio.
We don't have to set it up anywhere because they're going to be virtual.
You're not listening to me. He's going to pass it to you.
Oh, yes, we're going to pick it up in the theater.
Right, so we can feel it. So we'll have the same things he's going to show.
I think it's a great idea.
And we'll promote it that way. And I think it is a great idea. He has a coming out party on the 12th of next month.
I wish I had thought of that too. You got really good ideas.
No, I am applauding your idea.
No, I think it's a great idea.
I think we can set it up virtually back and forth.
Yeah, 100%.
So we can display it. And then what we'll do is we'll get people to come into the show virtually and let them experiment with it as well.
I really like the virtual platform. I love that we can expand and do ideas like this and utilize all of the space we have here for different sets, different backdrops, and be able to do something like this because I'd like to see the products. I'd like to feel them, touch them, like the masks. Masks look great in a bag, but until you try them on, you don't know. These HEPA masks are spectacular.
Yes, and I understand also that you can get masks custom. I would like the Brooklyn Cafe. I would like the amp on the face.
I was thinking of taking a HEPA mask and a magic marker and writing on it.
Well, you could because you're an artist. I can't.
And then I thought we could have this new game for all the ladies out there that wear makeup. You can take a picture of what the inside of your mask looks like and see, you look at the clouds and find a picture. Let's look inside your mask and see what does that look like. Lipstick, foundation, powder.
Okay. I was thinking of having a mouth like Slick Speaks.
Yes.
And having it say in a big bubble next to it, amp it up.
I wonder if he's doing a show
Cafe.
today at 10:30. I don't know.
Well, I don't know. We gotta find out. But then you put a saying on the side like amp it up, Brooklyn Cafe, Teddy Unscripted. In other words, it has words on the side. That was my idea. There's a company in Tampa that reached out to us. I didn't tell you about it. They wanted to know if they could send us 10 masks that way.
Oh, actually, I've got a new product that we're going to try. I got to bring some food in. Ted, if you have those recipes, let me know. It is a vegan cheese. It's nutritional yeast. They sent us yesterday to promote it and try it. So I'm going to make it and try
If anybody can follow
it.
this conversation, let me know. She got cheese and it's yeast.
Nutritional yeast. Teddy, please fill us in on it.
So nutritional yeast is a really common thing that people usually with the vegan diet use. It's a great source of protein and B12 that you would usually have to get from fortified things like almond milk. And most of the time, if you put a lot of it in, it just has a cheesy flavor. But if you just put a tablespoon or so of it in, it has more than your daily value of B12. And you can really not taste it in most cooked dishes.
So it's a yeast that tastes like cheese.
Yeah.
There's recipes for like mac and cheese and...
Okay, now I get it. This one's telling me she got cheese, and she's talking to me about yeast.
And he
like,
says
what
to
happened
put it in
to
the
cheese?
refrigerator. And I said, you don't have to. It's sitting on the counter. So they sent us a bag of it, and we're going to give it a try. I just have to make something with it. Teddy, can you make grilled cheese with it?
I don't know. I know that you
Pasta.
can make more cheese sauces.
Cheese sauce.
It's a yeast. It's like a bread.
Cheese sauce. I so wonder if we can
How can you do cheese sauce? It's a bread.
It's not bread.
It's yeast.
It's not bread though.
Doesn't yeast
It's
rise?
a powder.
It's a powder. You put water. It rises. You can't.
I wonder if we put water in it and we heat it up, if we can then dip stuff in it like fondue. I'm going to try that too. We're going to try it and let you know how it is. We'll bring it on the show later today.
As soon as we know what the hell it is, we'll let you.
Nutrilicious.
That's cool.
Nutrilicious. Yep. So thank you to them for Vegan Gourmet for sending that over to us. We're going to give that a try and promote that out.
Very cool. If you have a product, we are now setting up. We have a few sets in the studio. We got Healing Moments. We got CBD Store. We have our friends from Dignity Memorial
And
here.
Gubba Rum, don't forget.
And Gubba Rum. Like, how can I forget? We're going to be doing the midday Gubba Rum dance. Again, Jared won, and we're going to give him his gift when he comes in here. Make him a bag of coffee. If you send us a video and you create the Gubba Rum dance, and you send us a video, you two can win a gift from the Brooklyn Cafe.
All right. Ready to rock and roll?
I'm exhausted. I'm tired. How can I be tired? And it's just one show.
I don't know, but if you want your property cleaned, if you want your home or your commercial business cleaned, give Paramount Property Maintenance a call. You can look them up. Say the Brooklyn Cafe Show sent you. They said they can do daily, they can do a couple days a week, weekly, monthly, whatever it is. It will clean everything, as you said, from today backwards, going forward is why you have to continue to be prudent and clean. But they are incredibly nice. Contact VacMD. They will give you the HEPA mask. They just need to know how many to put aside, how many to make for you. And she has incredible cleaning and vacuum products as well. I got Chelsea one for her birthday, thinking she wasn't going to use it. She said she was able to take the attachments, go in the couch, behind the refrigerator, on the fans, in the corners, things she never could get with the regular vacuum. So things I never thought. I guess she's got my cleaning. She's like me.
And if you have tension and anxiety in your life,
get a wand.
Because you have to work with a co-host that sort of gives you that, call our friends at Your CBD store. And I want you to visit the new store that we're promoting this week. It's 23133 at Sandalfoot Plaza Drive, number 3 in Boca Raton. Go down there, tell them the cafe sent you. Get a little anxiety.
Give them a call.
What's the number?
561-430-3936.
Give them a call and let them know that Freddie sent you because Dawn is driving him insane. And you'll get 20% off.
Yes.
And everything in the store.
On everything.
Take advantage. 20% off. That's $20 per 100 if you do the math.
It's a great deal. 20% off everything at Your CBD store, and they will do free delivery. They will bring it to you 4 locations somewhere within your viewing area. If not, they will send it to you. Boynton Beach, Boca Raton, Singer Island, and Pembroke Pines. Just call them. If you live further than where they can deliver, they will send it to you.
I got a phone call yesterday. Dignity Memorial, our friends here. This banner is on the show. And somebody called me and said, can you change the picture?
Really?
Listen, I'm just repeating what they said, so I got to call Wayne because I'm going to superimpose another picture on it because they want the people distant on the bench. True story.
Mic drop. Have a great morning, everyone. We'll see you at 12 o'clock. Have a great day. See you few.
And don't be late.
Well, that's about it for today. Even though the show is over, the Brooklyn Cafe is always open for business. You're invited to